Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Rising Phoenix Racing League. This is Season 4, Round 3 here at Azerbaijan, and we have 20 drivers, and dynamic weather, and full damage. So hopefully this doesn't turn into a whatever you call it. Hopefully it's although it might be hard to do so, especially if it's wet. But yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. So about to start the session. All right. All right, so here we go. All right. All right, so as usual, it's a 50% race, 18-minute qualifying. So it's going to be 26 laps around here. I wonder how many of those will be under safety car, with all the chaos that might ensue, but hopefully not too many. So let's just wait for someone to come out of the garage. It's a very sunny late afternoon here in Baku. The first car out, I think, is a Toro Rosso, but the McLaren's going to beat him to it. Oh, no. Never mind. Okay, it was a Mercedes, then McLaren, then Toro Rosso, then Red Bull. So let's see. It's Konal, first one out, so let's go with him. Being followed very closely by the two McLarens. Oh, as he lets them through. And the Mercedes of Rita and the Red Bull of Legend. Alright, yeah, everyone just warming the tires up here. So I guess I'll go with the first driver to set a lap. So that will be either Jay or Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix. So yeah, a very proven driver in the past few races. I expect Black Phoenix to do very well today as well. So everyone who's out so far is on the softs. Almost said super softs there. Is on the softest compound. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had to update. Okay, yeah. Well, most of them are on the softs. A couple on the mediums and a couple on the hards too. But yeah, varying strategies probably tells us that the race won't be wet. But we will see. Maybe it'll rain later in the race. Maybe it won't be right away. So, with dynamic weather, you never know what you could get. So, you don't quite know. Alright, so first lap here by Black Phoenix. So, completing the first sector. Seems pretty solid so far. Oh, as Phoenix is turning down his ERS for this next section. That might be strategic. Ooh, as he's tapped the wall, and that is his lap unfortunately ruined. And he has to get out of the way of his teammate, who has also hit the wall and has been hit again by Rita. And now Jay is out as well. Oh my goodness. Jesus, that was unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That will not be good for either of them. So yeah, drama already at the castle section before the race is even close to starting. We have Jay out and we have Rita out. Jay spun and then Rita had nowhere to go and couldn't see him in time. So Black Phoenix is probably going to come into the pits, I would assume, because he lost a lot of time and hit the wall there. Yeah, and he's ended the lap. And in he comes. So yeah, Legend, the first time setter with a 38.046 on the softs, followed by Konal, a 140.4 on the mediums. As on board with Reese here. Ooh, someone else has gone off. A 141.3 and a 138.2 by Reese and Anton, respectively. As someone has had an accident, it appears to be Trench, I believe it was. And I think he's lost some of his wing now. So his outlap is ruined. Oh yeah, all of his wings gone. Yeah, he's slammed into the wall there at the castle section. So yeah, he's gonna have to come back to the pits quite slowly. But there are cars behind, both on laps. So, well, actually, no, both on in laps. Or maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, Trench lets them through. Oh, and then Jack lets Trench back through. A little awkward there. Alright, so let's go to someone who hasn't set J Prentice. Here we go into the castle section. Navigates it quite well in the Haas, followed closely by the Ferrari of Big Boy Juan. Wes Trench has retired, and Jack has retired as well. So I'm not sure what's happened there, but maybe in the chat we'll get some information on that in the PlayStation chat. So yeah, following J Prentice here, very closely chased by Big Boy, who I believe is on a... I don't know, it seems to be a hot lap actually, based on how close he's quickly closing up. Yeah, DRS is open as well. So Juwan's going to get a big advantage here from the slipstream. Juwan's going to go up into 4th place as J Prentice goes in P8. Alright, let's see. Bazooka Joe, here we go. So Bazooka Joe navigating the 2nd sector in the Red Bull. So currently, a Big Boy G1, very impressive lap there on the hards to go P4. Everyone above is on the softs for their fastest time. Then it sort of scatters after that into all 3 tires groups, or tire compounds rather. Who as G1 has retired, so that is going to be the end of his qualifying, unfortunately. Very similar to what Leclerc did, I think, based off of the location, in a Ferrari as well. And that is going to impact everyone's lap coming up to there now, as Bazooka Joe goes P4 with a 39.2. Now with Racing Maestro. Ooh, brushing the wall a little bit there. Thankfully losing no wing. Coming into the last real corner. last braking zone rather, and blasting out onto the very, very, very long kilometer straight before the finish line. Oh, but he's hit the wall, I believe. I believe he's hit the wall. Yes, he has. Lost a lot of downforce though, and a lot of time. So that's going to be very unfortunate, and he is stopping the lap there. He thinks he can do much better. Obviously he can. Without the big wall hit. So he's gonna try to go for another run. Oh, as Black Phoenix comes in as well, not happy with his lap on the softs. As both of the Rising Phoenix named boys here, Shati and Gamez Turish, both on laps, both on the mediums. It's looking like a very tidy lap from Gamez so far. Just the two little kink corners and then the straight. Or three, I should say. 3 corners. This is going to be a very good lap here. P5, 139.4 on the mediums. So the highest medium runner, just behind 4 soft runners at the front. Let's see, Shati coming up to the line here. It's going to be a 140.4, leaving him P8 for the moment. As Legend is half a second up in the second sector, and he goes half a second up overall in the lap. 137.4 on the softs. So that's an 8/10 difference to the P2 runner of Anton Bennett. As Reese here in the first sector is half a second up, so but he's not. He doesn't appear to be pushing, as he is in no ERS right now. So we will come back to him as Jay Prentice starts his flying lap. As we also have the other half of Jizzy here. Ooh, as I think Gamez has had an incident. Oh, he's out of fuel actually. He's used all of his fuel up. So this is going to get very awkward into this corner here with faster cars coming. So let's see how Legend navigates him. Although he's on an out lap, or in lap, so it shouldn't be too bad. But here is Jizzy on his first hot lap here. Or first hopefully finished hot lap. Although he is only in ERS mode 2. So I don't think he's definitely not pushing as hard as he can. Let's see if he goes into the pits or no, he's staying out. And he goes P13. As Carbine Con 297 begins his flying lap. We haven't seen him this session yet, so let's watch him. A yellow flag in Sector 3 as Gamez comes into the pits. Oh, as Black Phoenix goes top with a 37-1, so 3/10 faster than Legend's previous best. So let's see if Legend can respond to that in any way. It's quite a big gap on an already pretty fast time of a 37. So we will see. Alright, so Carbine here. Oh no, Carbrine. Oh, Carbrine. Oh, okay, sorry, yeah, I misread his name. Carbrine Karn? Carbrine Khan, there we go. Coming up to the line now. DRS open. Overtake ERS mode, and it is a 40.3, leaving him P10 on the softs. Oh, as it appears, Jet Apprentice has run out of fuel, as Gammas has retired from the session. As Button's back is on a lap, J Apprentice gets out of the way nicely. And here comes Button, a 138.9, 2.8 seconds quicker than his previous hard time, I believe it was, to leave him P5 in the Renault. As Flex Marcel is beginning his outlap for his final run, as Button's back is beginning his inlap for also his final run. As we have Reese here on a soft hot lap. Oh, as I believe Racing Maestro just went P13 on the mediums. Oh, and Reese has given up on the lap. Possibly an invalidation, because that was kind of a corner cut there, as it seemed to be. So he may have just gotten invalidated there and just gave up. Ooh, yellow flag in sector 1. It is Anton, who's gone deep at turn 2. He does a little bit of a spin to get himself out of there. As Flex Marcel here is beginning his final lap. As Conal retires. And so does Carbrine. So does Shati. Ooh, as I believe Anton has hit the wall there. Or has gone deep, I think. Oh no, that was Conal just retiring. Never mind. Sorry. And there we go. Now Anton retires. Now Anton's car could cause problems for Marcel here, as he is approaching him. It's a very fast part of the track as well, and the AI can be unpredictable at times. Ooh, that was quite close. But thankfully, Marcel and Anton's cars are okay. Ooh, as someone's gone deep, I believe it is Bazooka Joe on his final hot lap into turn 1. So that's unfortunately his lap ruined, and he is retired accordingly. As Flex Marcel goes P4 on the softs with a 38.5. So now we're going to have a flurry of last lap laps here, or last minute laps here. Let's see, Reese is 2 seconds up on his time, and he goes P5 with a 38.8. So it is a 4.5 for the racing points. Ooh, as Racing Maestro has gone deep at the second last real corner, the penultimate real corner, and he retires. As Luke Vettel in the Renault here, currently just behind his teammate by a tenth of a second, is trying to obviously beat him. And he's closely followed by Jay Prentice and Black Phoenix as well. The last 3 cars to set their laps. Oh, this could be a little bit hairy here. They're all trying to slipstream off of each other. They're all going to have DRS. Oh, as Luke gets up on the lap. So now it's literally a race here. Just who can complete the lap faster. Let's see. Black Phoenix doesn't improve. I'm not sure if anyone else, what happened to them. But Black Phoenix is on pole for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Season 4 of Rising Phoenix by 0.3 of a second. So yeah, that lap he did before was good enough. Legend couldn't improve. I don't think Anton could improve. Marcel with a good lap at the end of it. Reese with a good lap. Conal, I'm not sure if he improved after or not. Let's see. Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, after the soft lap he didn't. So yeah, a lot of drivers going on the harder tires first, and then going to the softs to get dialed into the track. But we unfortunately have 4 non-time setters, so their pace is currently unknown. So we will find out in just a few minutes here. Okay. All right. So we're about to get underway for the formation lap. So here we go. Alright, so let's get this up. There we go. Alright, so we've got the top 9 all starting on the used softs that they use to set their lap. 2 hard runners, and then 3 hard runners. And yeah, it's quite evenly split. The top, well, almost the first half on softs, and then the second half in terms of grid position are on non-softs. So we'll see how the strategy comes into play. We'll see if the soft runners get held up by the medium and hard runners later on into the race. How they can navigate the traffic is going to be very important as well. And just how much speed they have over the others on those softer tires will be very crucial for this race. 26 laps around the heart of Baku, Azerbaijan, on a track that, from what I've heard, not many people like, but you gotta do it. It is part of the calendar, so. So everyone, of course, warming up their tires. So yeah, and of course in this league we have a mix of controller players and wheel players, I believe. Um, so it is very diverse. Just something I just noticed. But yeah, all right. Okay. Oh, a lot of cars inside of each other here. And alright, here we go. Just waiting for Jack here to get his AI car lined up. But yeah, it's a very short rundown into turn 1. So, and it is quite a tight corner. 3 wide probably won't work. So we will see. But good luck and have fun, everybody, for this race. Right, Rising Phoenix Season 4, Round 3, here in Baku, Azerbaijan. 5 red lights, lights out, and away we go. It's a good start by the leader. A lot of stuff up. Ooh, Anton goes wide. Ooh, hits Flex Marcel a little bit. Oh, and there's a huge accident at the back. A Carbine getting lifted up into the air. And he's now stranded in the track. So we will see what happens with him. A lot of leaves getting kicked up as they come down into turn 4 here, or turn 3. Ooh, more carbon fiber off of G1's Ferrari. And we have a safety car. As probably predicted, we have a safety car already. A lot of early incidents, and yeah, not really a surprise to anyone, but that we have a safety car. But yeah, Carbine doesn't, or he doesn't have damage at all, I don't think, on his wing. Yeah, he doesn't, but he got lifted up into the air and spun around. So this is going to let him catch back up to the back of the pack. So let's see the starts. Bazooka Joe down 4, Carbine down 8, Maestro up 3, Jay Prentice up 3, Jack up 4, Jay up 2, Gamez up 2, Buns back down 2. Alright. So the leader is still Buck Phoenix, P2 still Legend, P3 still Anton. Now Anton lost some wing at turn 1 from hitting the wall, I believe, and then he got sent into Flex Marcel, who doesn't have damage, but got probably a little spooked there by the Toro Rosso coming into his line so suddenly. And let's see what people do. Let's see, so some are coming in, some are obviously staying out. Alright, so I'm wondering what the strategy is now. If people are going to try to do a one-stop onto the hards, or if they're going to try to do a two-stop maybe onto a soft medium or a soft medium. Let's see what Carbrine's doing. He's going onto the mediums, so it's definitely a two-stop for the Alfa Romeo driver, as the safety car has picked up the leaders. Alright, so at the moment we have the bottom 10 all stopping, top 10 all still on the same tires that they started the race on. A little bit of a chaotic start. I had a couple incidents at the first couple of corners. But now Trench and Rita are both up 9 positions, and Reese is down. Reese and Anton are both down 10 as the biggest gainers and the biggest losers of the start. So hopefully they can, the people who have lost can get back up some spots. Alright, so the safety car should be coming in next lap. Yeah, not much to say at this point. But race has just begun, so anything can still and probably will happen. Alright, so yeah, we have a lot of differing strategies here. Certain drivers looking to go to the end on the hards, I would assume, and certain drivers looking to do a further extra stop, the ones on the mediums, and of course the ones on the softs will have to probably do 2 stops as well. But Gamez right now, up 6 positions, is in quite a good spot. He's on the mediums, so he doesn't have to pit within the next few laps, and he's going to be leading the race, provided nothing crazy happens to him before that point. So Gamez has a pretty good, or has had a pretty good race so far, up 6 spots, and it could get even better as we wait for the safety car to come in. A lot of cars all weaving at once, very scary. And there goes Black Phoenix, and Konal has jumped Legend before the line as Carbine gets a penalty for collision with Jay. Into turn 1 they go. Oh, and that is the spinning car of Anton. He's now last. Maestro and Trench come together a little bit. Virita gets involved. Closer to the front here. Almost a 3 wide moment into turn 3. Oh, someone's been tapped. It's Jay Prentice has been tapped by G1. And G1 has damage now. Oh, and there's a further accident at the back. But they've going again. Ooh, down the inside button and Trench collide. A lot of incidents here. First opening laps of this race. Into the castle section. Oh. Oh, and G1 is around. G1 is around. And I'm not sure what's happened there, but that is crazy. He has no wing, so he's gonna have to concede all those positions, certainly. And yeah, that's hurt him a lot. And now there's a VSC out as well. for the incident. Alright, so let's see if anyone pits now. Black Phoenix is pitting. Legend is pitting. Legend almost goes into the back of Black Phoenix there. Conal is pitting as well. Gamez stays out, of course, on the mediums and is now leading the race. J Prentice P2. Black, let's see. So yeah, it's just those three pitting at the moment. Let's watch the stops. Oh, G1 and Marcel are pitting as well, probably with damage to both of them. Yes. Damage to both. Alright, so safety car, virtual safety car is in. Gamez leads from Prentice, from Button, from Trench, from Rita. Yeah, very good starts for Trench and Rita. Up 14 positions each. From 18th and 19th to 14th to 4th and 5th. It was G1 has gone deep at turn 2, so that's hurt his race. That's hurt his race even more. Everyone's storming through the castle section. Thankfully, no incidents this time. But now with DRS enabled, for the first time this race I think, we'll have a DRS enabled lap without a safety car. So this is going to get very interesting. Or it might not be until next lap actually. Excuse me. But Slipstream is still very powerful around here, as Gamez sets the fastest lap in the lead, as Rita and Trench are going side by side, as well as the two up front. Trench with some damage, so it's going to be hard for him to defend this around the outside of turn 2. He brakes early, and Rita gets the position. Now he's being pressurized by Reese as well. And Trench is coming back at Rita, but can't get the move quite yet. Ooh, as Trench and Rita side by side. Ooh, Rita stays ahead. Trench is desperately trying to push Rita into a mistake here. But with the damaged front wing, it's very hard for him to get past. He just doesn't have the turn-in to do it at this time. So as Luke on Reese here for P6. And DRS should be enabled at this point, if I am correct. Oh, maybe not. Not yet. But it is now a huge slipstream battle here. Oh yeah, DRS is enabled. So here we go. Very high speeds here. 213 miles an hour barely. Purple third sector for Carbrine as they dive into turn 1. Ooh, very close, but they keep it clean, thankfully. At the front, Gamez is pulling out a gap to second place Bun. Ooh, as Jay and Jizzy come together, and Jizzy's out of the session. And that is severe, and that, well, it's obviously DNF'd Jizzy, and it has given a lot of damage to Jay. So that is going to be very unfortunate for them. as that is going to affect overtaking into that third corner for the cars currently in that sector. So currently Button, the only driver still on the softs, and the only driver not to make... Oh no. No, only driver on the softs. One of 5 drivers not to make a stop yet. And he comes in now. As Carbine gets past Trench. Ooh, but Trench is coming back at him. And now Vettel is in on it too. Ooh, Trench pulls out to the inside. Ooh, taps Carbine. Luke is very close. So is Black Phoenix as he goes around the outside of Vettel into turn 4. A very impressive move. As there's also a huge battle closer to the back. But this is very intense as well. Let's switch over to here to see what's going on. G1 and Racing Maestro side by side. G1 hits the wall. And Flex Marcel gets past as well. And now Jack is looking to get up there as up into that P16 as well. Oh, as G1 has hit the wall and he's retired from the race. He's gone deep. And there's now a second safety car within the first 10 laps of this race. So let's see what Gamez does if he decides to pit. If he does, I think it would be a very smart move. And he could definitely win this race. As Rita has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So that's going to really ruin his race. That's going to lose him around 20 seconds after the safety car comes in as well. But yeah, Gamez comes into the pits very smartly, I would say. And he's probably going to be able to make the hards last again now. Yeah, Gamez could win this race quite easily. Well, not quite easily, but he could definitely win this race. He's definitely in with a shot now. That safety car really helped him. Saved him a lot of time under the safety car. And positions as well. So he's back out into P6. So he's gonna easily be able to go to the end on those hards. And he's gonna have a lot of speed. So it will be very interesting to see. As we also have Trench exiting the pits, just behind Racing Maestro in P14. Konal leaving the pits. And Flex Marcel just leaving his pit box. As Jay comes in to the pits. Some drivers making quite a lot of pit stops. It's been a very unfortunate day for them today. Alright, so currently Jay Prentice leads. Still hasn't stopped yet. V Rita is in second. Has a drive-through penalty and hasn't stopped yet. Let's see, V Rita up 17 spots. Flex Marcel down 13. Konal down 10. Jay Prentice up 12. Carbine up 8. Sheti and Gamez up 7 and 4, respectively. Safety car going quite slow at this point. And this is also the part of the race where I have nothing to say again. So, sorry about that. Ooh, as Luke dives into the pits. So does Carbine. Probably going onto the hards, I would assume. Because that will be the only tire that can get them to the end comfortably. The mediums, I'm pretty sure, can do around 12 laps, 13 laps, if you qualified on them, to get to the end, or to get to the end of their stint. So on 12, 13 laps. And then they're around 55 to 60% at that point. So doing 16 laps on the mediums would be risking a puncture, probably. It is possible, but it would be risking quite a bit. So I would not recommend it unless you have nothing to lose. Alright, so the safety car should be in this lap, as I hope Jay can catch up to the back of the pack before the end, before the safety car comes in. All right. Yeah. After the latest game patch for the game, the safety car appears to be going really slow, like much slower than like it should be. Like, it's quite odd. I remember it going much faster than what it has been in the past few races, but it can cause some issues. So hopefully there's no issues today, as 2 safety cars I believe is the most you can get with a 50% race. Anyways, so this will be the last full safety car. There still can be another VSC though. But alright, so yeah, so Jay has thankfully caught up to the back of the pack. And we are ready to go. Oh, this Carbine is in AI mode there for a second. Alright, so everyone's still weaving, getting heat into their tires. And here we go. Whenever Jay is ready, he will go. And he goes now. Followed closely by Rita. And then Reese in P3 being hounded by Black Phoenix. Oh, there's a huge pack of cars here. Oh, huge incident. Huge incident. I don't know who that is, but there was definitely carbon fiber, and oh my goodness. That is Luke out of the session. Racing Maestro's race ruined. Jack King getting severely hampered there. Yellow flag in sector 1 as they all dive down into turn 3 and 4 here. Into turns 3 and 4. Oh, and that is cone all around. As everyone is getting ready to go into the castle section. Ooh, Gamma is getting very close there. Oh, some ghosting happening for the battle for P8. As DRS won't be enabled until next lap, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have to wait for that. But slipstream will always be still be a thing. Oh, and we have another safety car, a third safety car as Maestro retires in the second sector. 3 safety cars within 10.5 laps of racing. This is crazy. This is unbelievable. That was a beautiful camera angle, but this is crazy. Alright, so Prentice is coming in, Rita is coming in, Rita is coming in, and Prentice is coming in. Phoenix is staying out. Gamez is coming in, Legend staying out. Anton is staying out. Shay-T staying out. Reese is staying out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know 3 safety cars was possible in a race this long. I thought it was 2 was the max. But Yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. We've only had like 6 laps of racing here, I think. So, very, not even 6 laps, probably like 4 laps out of the 11 completed at the moment. So, yeah. So, yeah, currently we have 4 DNFers. But yeah, we have a lot of people making a lot of pit stops in this race. Flex Marcel with 4, a lot of people with 3. The highest 2-stopper is currently Anton, and then the top 4 are all on 1-stops at the moment, and probably will try to remain on a 1-stop until the end, as they're all on hards. Let's see their tire life. Now, Reese and Shady, I'm not sure if they'll get to the end on the hards comfortably, but Black Phoenix, Legend, Anton, and Trench, and Conal, especially Carbrine, definitely can. Anyone who pit just now, I think, will be able to get to the end. Ooh, as Conal almost does pass Jay there for a moment, but then hands the position back. Alright, so we'll have one more lap of this, and then hopefully we can get racing. It was Prentice as a penalty for a collision with Conal. Alright. Alright. So Carbrain has a penalty for track limit extensions. As everyone is weaving down the second straight. And Luke has left the session. Oh, as Bazooka Joe is in P16. I don't remember how he got there, actually. He hasn't pitted, so I wonder what happened. Maybe he was involved in the accident before turn 1 on the safety car restart. But, alright, safety car should be coming in this lap. So we'll have half of the race left to go. 13 laps remaining at the end of this lap to go racing. Alright, so here we go for the third time. Safety car is about to come in, and whenever Phoenix is ready, he's going to put the power down, and that is right now. And it's a pretty good launch compared to Reese, obviously, with the because well, he knows when he's going to go. Reese doesn't, so Reese got caught out a little bit. But into turn 1 we go. At the front, it's pretty ordered, but at the back it might be a different story. No, it's pretty clean. So that is a good change. Into turn 2 we go. pretty clean as well. So Block Phoenix leads from Maurice, from Legend, from Shady, from Anton, from Trench. Ooh, side by side. Battle for P11. Ooh. A little bit of rubbing there. Ooh. As Carbine's now in on it too, and is going to go around the outside of Button's back. Turns to the inside. Button gets the cutback, or tries to, but just doesn't have the apex speed to do so. Ooh, we have a yellow in sector 2. I'm afraid it might be something here. It is. It's Anton. He's around and has no wing. And we have a virtual safety car as Button loses some of his front wing as well. So that's 3 safety cars, 2 VSCs within 13.5 laps. Oh my goodness. So hopefully this won't last too long. Maybe just another 10-15 seconds or so. And then we will be good. Yep, there we go. See, VSC is in. And we are going again. So DRS not activated quite yet. Ooh, as we have Arita, I believe, serving his drive-through, and we have Button pitting, Anton pitting, and Bazooka pitting. We got Legend getting pretty close. Ooh, as Bazooka Joe has retired from the session, from the race, at turn 3. Legend is getting very close to Reese here for P2. Both of them on aging hard tires at the moment. And I believe DRS will be enabled at this point. Or maybe not. But here we go. Side by side, Legend and Reese. Both of them going at 203 miles an hour. Into turn 1 they go. They touch a little bit. Legend gets a little bit loose. But thankfully keeps it going. And Reese is in front. And now DRS is enabled. So here we go. On board with Flex. As Bennett has left the session. And here they go into the castle. Everyone gets through safely. Oh, as I say that, Jack King touches the wall, doesn't lose any wing, but loses some time. And now he's under pressure from Flex as they go into a very fast left-hander. Flex has to concede the position though. As here we go, Conal on J-Jig with DRS, probably, or no. Oh, yep, here we go. Yep, with DRS. And he is passed. As Carbrine and Gamez are battling. Gamez gets the cutback off of turn 1. Ooh. A little bit of taps there. Ooh, as Anton has joined back, thankfully. Ooh, Carbrine and Gamez touch. Ooh, they touch a second time, touch a third time. I'm not sure if that was looping under braking or if Carbrine just didn't see Gamez move there. But, yeah, definitely contact there multiple times. As Trench gets past Shay T here. Shay T, of course, on very old hards at this point. As Maestro has left the session. Ooh, Trench taps the wall. Trench, I believe, with some left-hand damage, possibly. Ooh, Shay T taps the wall. Jay goes wide. When Jay and the other Jay hits him. No damage though. I hope. Hope not. Yep, no damage. Into the penultimate corner. And now it's going to be DRS and Slipstream. So here we go. Konal versus Shay T. I think Shay T may stay in front with this one. Unless Konal dives for it. Side by side. And ooh. Carbrine's out of the session. Jay has a penalty. As Konal gets past Shay. And Jay Prentice and Jig are going at it. With Gamez waiting in the wings. They might be 3 wide here. Nope. Gamez thinks better of it. Oh, they're side by side. Ooh, Jay gets pushed into a wall. Oh, and Jay Prentice gets collected by Jay's front tire. Front tire to rear tire contact there. As Jay has a penalty for corner cutting. And now Gamez is getting past. Ooh. Jay dives it up the inside, but will he make it? He barely does. Gamez is coming back up. Oh, Jay almost cuts off Gamez there. Has a pretty interesting castle section as well. But here comes Gamez back at Jay, trying to pressurize him into an error. And Jack King's right there as well, with his teammate just 2.1 seconds behind. Jay goes wide at the final corner, and now Gamez is going to be able to get past here. Side by side into a very sketchy corner. Side by side again, Jay gets spun. Gamez, oh, Jay's out of the race. Gamez has damage, and Rita is going to be able to pass probably both of them now with DRS. It's 3 wide down the main straight. 3 wide. Now it's the 2 Mercedes battling. And Gamez with damage is going to be having a hard time getting that turn in. But yeah, massive crash there for Gamez and J-Jig. Very unfortunate incident. It's always a very sketchy corner to go side by side in those two. So yeah, very unfortunate. As Jack gets past Rita, Gamez is still quite close though. Let's see, back a little bit back up here for P6. Oh, Trench has made an error. Trench has made a big error. Now they're side by side into the castle section. That's not gonna work. I leave Konal's damage. Oh, Konal hits the back of Trench and is losing the back end everywhere. Shay T is now coming. She has to back out of it. Shay T is now coming up alongside of him. So here we go. It's going to be very intense here down the main straight. Oh yeah, Konal has damage to both sides of his wing, and taking this flat out isn't going to work. He has to brake. Now he's gravely under threat from the cars behind. Here we go. It could be 3 wide here. Yeah, Conal backing out of it. He's going to go into the pits. Now it's Shady versus Prentice. Into turn 1. Prentice trying to go around the outside. Shady covers it off very well. And Shady gets the spot. A little bit further back, the two Mercedes are still battling. As Gamez has the pit, and so does Conal. Plus a... oh, never mind. They were just changing his wing. I thought you had a time penalty there. And onto the softs go Flex, Gamez, and Conal. Black Phoenix still leads from Legend, from Reese, from Trench, from Prentice. Ooh, speaking of Prentice, he's in a battle with Shady here. I believe he's just gone past them as well. Ooh, Black Phoenix has a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, and he currently has a gap of 6.1 seconds now. So this could change the winner of the race here, that penalty. Although Legend seems to be falling back quite a bit. I'm not sure what's happened. Oh, he has no wing. Legend has no wing. And now Legend is going to lose a possible podium position because of that. Because there was a mistake that was made somewhere earlier on in the lap. I was wondering why the gap was increasing by like a second every sector. But that is why Legend has no wing, and he comes in, of course, to change it. So now Reese is back up into, or is up into P2, rather, I should say. As it is a 4-way slipstream or DRS battle. Into turn 1. Here we go. Now Shaky's going to be under pressure from Rita into turn 3. Flex Marcel on the softs with the fastest lap of a 41.0. So very good job by him. So currently Black Phoenix leading Reese by almost 11 seconds, then 10 seconds back to Trench in P3. So the top 3 separated by 20 seconds, and then is very close behind between the next 4 cars. And so Rita versus Shady. Pretty good view from Jack King here as they go side by side. Down the main straight. They both have DRS. Rita stays in front. Or I think Rita got passed actually. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. But yeah, Shady on 20 and Shady and Reese on 20 lap old hards at this point. Those tires are probably going off the cliff in a minute. They're probably looking very worn. As Gamez, that's the fastest lap. Of course, on the softs, a 40.8. Very good by him. And the podium is very much in sight for Jay Prentice here. Let's see if those mediums can outperform the hards at this stage of the race and the stage of tire life to close up that 2-second gap. But Prentice has his own worries about cars behind, because he's got 3 of them really close behind, all ready to pounce on any mistake he makes. Shady has to cut the corner, gets a penalty, and then hits the wall. So that's really affected him there, obviously. As Rita versus Jay Prentice now. Rita gonna have DRS plus a much higher ERS mode at the moment. Here we go. And Rita gets past quite easily. Jay Prentice didn't really fight that one too much with the ERS. As Legend, a 40.0 on the softs. So extremely good by him there. Oh, as Shady is pitting. So this makes me kind of worried for Reese here, as he's the only one on 20 plus lap old hards. And it is definitely showing. But there is only 4 laps to go, including this one, so we will see. Alright, so the battle for P8 here, Conal versus Button. Into the castle section. And so here we go. Jay Prentice, not coming into the pits actually. Oh, and Legend with a huge run and huge toe into turn 1. There he goes up 2 spots, just like Daniel Ricciardo did in the 2017 race here in real life. As here goes Conal up the inside of Button. And for the time being, he has the move completed, so good job by him. Oh, but Button is going to have DRS here into turn 3, plus the slipstream. So here they go. And Conal slots back into P9, where he previously was. So Button has got the spot back. As Flex Marcel is pitting again. Going on to new softs. Oh, and someone has crashed in the second sector. It is Bun. And Jizzy's left the session. But yeah, Bun has had an incident in the second sector. As now Trench is very much under pressure from all the cars behind. I think Trench may have made a mistake. Because he had a big gap there, and now it's closed up very suddenly. But here we go. Trench versus Rita. And then now Legend is looking to get into it as well. Around the outside goes Legend. Around Trench. Holy crap, that's an incredible move there by the Red Bull driver. But it's not completed yet. Still has to get through turn 2. And then he has DRS to get past. Incredible move by Legend there. Very daring and obviously very wanting of getting up into that podium spot, which it's looking very likely that he will do. All he has to do is pass the Mercedes in front of him now. Wells Prentice and Jack King are squabbling for P6 here, battling hard. Oh, contact between Jack and Jay. no damage, but obviously a scary moment for both of them. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. This is like not a boring race at all. I don't know. I'm weird sometimes. I just yawn a lot during these races. I don't know. But here we go. Legend on Rita on the final, or coming into the final lap of the race. Let's see with the DRS and the slipstream. And Rita isn't even defending it at the moment. He was in 0 ERS. So Legend gets passed up into the podium position. So big congrats to him. Oh, as Jack and Jay are battling once again. Jack with damage. Oh, Jack goes wide. That's going to leave him very vulnerable to Jay Prentice here. Now Jay lower on fuel than Jack is. Jack has more fuel to work with. He can go rich on the back straight. Ooh, almost contact there. And now into the castle section for the 26th and final time. They get through it unscathed, thankfully. And speaking of the 26th and final time, Black Phoenix is going to complete his 26th lap and final lap of the race that he needs to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So big congratulations to him. And to McLaren as well. Reese is going to hold off on 24 lap old hards to come home in P2. Same with Phoenix actually. 24 lap old hards P2, 22 lap old hards for P1. Legend will be P3 at the line at least. P4 for Rita, P5 for Trench. Jack is very close. Jack gets Trench after penalties, although. Or no, yes. Jack gets Ooh, okay, my brain just exploded. I forgot. I don't know what's going on. Ooh. Yeah, there were definitely some penalties being served there. And Bun is in front of Shati, who also has to serve a 5-second penalty. And in P12 we have Marcel, and P13 we have Anton. So those are your race results. And then for DNFers we have Jay, Carbrine, Bazooka Joe, Racing Maestro, Luke, Vettel, Jiwan, and Jizzy. And there we go. Weaving over the line is Flex Marcel there. And that is the race. So yeah. So yeah, very good win by Black Phoenix. Congrats to him and congrats to everybody. And yeah. So yeah. What a crazy race. 3 safety cars, 2 VSCs, a lot of incidents, a lot of good battles, a lot of good overtakes, especially by Legend. Legend definitely the overtaker of the day, I would say, in terms of pure getting past without the influence of anything else. But Rita would probably have to be my driver of the day. P19 to P4. Either it would go to him, it would go to Trench, P18 to P5, or to Jack, P20 last to P6. So yeah, a lot of very impressive races, a lot of very unfortunate races, as you can see by the 6 DNFs we have. Or 7 DNFs actually. Yeah, another race done, and yeah, congrats to everybody, and from me and everyone here at Rising Phoenix, we say thank you for watching. The F1 division, I should definitely say, the F1 division of Rising Phoenix F1, Rising Phoenix Racing League. So yeah, thank you for watching and listening, and we will see you. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow for the next race, which is Germany. So that will be round 5 of the season. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good one. Goodbye. Bye-bye.